What's going on, everyone? Golden Ticket to History coming to you from the historic Brooksville, Florida. Been doing some film locations out here today, trying to make this a trifecta, maybe even a fourfecta, depending on the logistics of the fourth location. This has been a busy day and lots of traveling, lots and lots of videos to share with all of you. This is more of a historical video with a little bit of paranormal. So we have some normal with a little bit of paranormal. We're here at the 1885 train depot, the historic depot. This was the original train station for the historic parts of Brooksville, dating back to 1885. This structure, unlike many historical structures, is actually still on the original place where it was constructed back in 1885. This is the original railroad tracks. That's the building. It has not been changed in over 100 and almost 40 years. That is crazy. Crazy. But anyhow, I would have loved to have been able to take you inside, show you the artifacts, show you the history of Brooksville, but unfortunately, they're closed. Many of these historical places here in Brooksville are ran 100% by volunteers. Therefore, all of the people who are conducting the tours are doing it on their own time, through their own reconnaissance, just to bring history to life and to bring history to the future generations. So remember that when you go to a lot of these places, they're not individuals who are making a career out of it. They're individuals who are trying to share history with the new generations. So always thank them, because if it wasn't for them, none of this would even be possible. But I digress. So behind me we have the Brooksville train depot. And there's a lot of different history behind this building. There's also a little bit of paranormal history. We're going to talk about that. Not as much as one of the other locations, which is the May Stringer house, which I believe I'm going to upload before this video. So if you'd like to check that one out, if you haven't already, check up right that area right about there. Appreciate it. But anyhow, trying out some new equipment today. So I apologize if things are a little wonky, things are a little bit more different than they normally are with my previous videos. But anyhow, so we have the train car, we have the train track, we have the train depot. This place is supposed to be chocked full of historical artifacts dating back from the 1800s. All supposed to be original. Danger, keep out. That's what that sign says. We will be respectful. We will keep our distance for the sake of keeping things respectful. Try not to disrupt anything. They also have a one-bedroom, one-room schoolhouse as well. Country family one-room schoolhouse. Established 2014, so I don't know if they built it just to give it the feel of what a one-floor schoolhouse would feel like. Not really sure. If you do know, put it in the comments. Let me know. That way I'm not just completely clueless. So yes, they dedicated it in 2014. Maybe this used to be the place of one of the schoolhouses. This is the museum. Up inside there behind that wall is supposed to be the housing of the original 1925 La France fire truck that was originally bought, the first fire truck ever bought for Brooksville, Florida. And they still have it on display in the train depot. So you see all the different exhibits they have. 1925 fire truck, mule car, Cracker Life artifacts, Central Ghost Town, Sawmill articles, family digs, Genealogy Research Center and cemetery records, model train displays, Indian artifacts. So yes, they're only open on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, whereas the May Stringer House and some of the other locations around here are open more frequently. Is it just me? Or is this house here really reeking some Michael Myers meets Leatherface? I'm getting some vibes. Hopefully they don't try to kill us. If so, then I guess this would be a found footage video. It'd be the last video that I do, if that were to be the case. I hope not. I have to be around for plenty more videos, many more things I'd like to see, and many more things I'd like to see and take you guys along with me. But anyhow, definitely could be used for a horror movie, haunted house. If I see Jason, I'm going. I digress. Supposed to be an information box. This seems to be empty. Up there. Find out information about the depot. It's empty. Also have a historic sidewalk here. See what this is. 1914. Horse-drawn carriages. Guess there used to be a Ford dealership. A Ford, not dealership, but a factory, assembly line. So yeah, so this Brooksville Depot was built in 1885. Serviced the Florida Southern Railroad and Atlantic Coast Line before the train rolled out. The last train rolled out in the late 60s. So this was open until the 1960s or early 70s. It was eventually acquired by a group. Built in 1885, the Brooksville Train Depot serviced the Florida Southern Railroad and Atlantic Coast Line before the last train rolled out in the late 1960s or early 70s. Eventually it was acquired and the building fell into disrepair until the Hernando Historical Museum Association purchased the property in the 1980s. As with the May Stringer House, the volunteers worked extensively to restore the historic site, and the depot is now a historical museum full of local artifacts and train memorabilia. Unlike the Stringer House, the Brooksville Depot doesn't have much in the way of documented phenomenon, at least not that you can really find online. However, one of the docents mentioned voices in the restored meal car and a spirit who doesn't care for women. As a video featured online features voices from a ghost box and train whistle from beyond, or perhaps just a real train rolling along a set of nearby tracks. You can go and look at the office, the dock, the utility box car. So yeah, a little bit different. Some normal history mixed with a little bit of paranormal history. Have you been out here to the Brooksville Train Depot? Have you been to Brooksville? What are your experiences? Have you experienced anything that you couldn't explain? Anything that was unsettling? Any bumps in the night? Voices? Whistles when there's no whistles to be seen? Let me know in the comments. As always, continue to look for the history in film. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different. You know, I like to try to help show history in film, like to show filming locations, like to show famous final interments of where famous people or impactful people in our society have decided on making their final resting place, paying homage to the victims of heinous crimes and honoring their existences and taking away the power from the individuals who took their lives. And some paranormal videos and just some weird oddities. As always, continue to look for the history in film. Until next time.